Welcome to Next Gen Online Tuition. Now we are going to deal with nutrients in plants. In class 6, we have learned food is essential for all living organisms. In this chapter, we are going to deal with the different type of mode of nutrition in plants. That is autotrophic, parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic, and about the importance of photosynthesis. In class 6, you learn that food is essential for all living organisms and about the components of food, that is called nutrients, right? As we all know that the nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water. We get our nutrients from the food we eat, that is from vegetables, fruits and meat. Most of the animals that we consume as meat depends on plant for their nutrients, isn't it? So we conclude that we all directly or indirectly depends upon plant for our nutrition. Then a big question arises. What is that? Where do these plants get their nutrients from? Plants are the only organism that can prepare their food themselves by a raw material present in their surroundings. As you all studied about the autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrients in previous classes. Autotroph means self-nourishment. Heterotroph depends on other for their nourishment. That is, the autotrophic organism use light energy from the sun and produce food and are called producers. Example, plant, blue-green algae and some prokaryotes. On the other hand, heterotrophs are organisms that obtain energy from the food they consume and they are called as consumers. Example, animal, fungus, some prokaryotes, protosts, and even we are heterotrophs. That is, human beings are heterotrophs. Now we are coming to mode of nutrition in plants. There are 4 types of mode of nutrition in plants. That is autotrophic, parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic. Autotroph are plants that has the ability to create their own food with the help of their surroundings, and parasites that derives some or all nutritional requirement from another plant. Okay, then comes saprophyte. They can obtain their food directly from dead and decayed matter in their surroundings. Then comes symbiotic. In these, both organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients, and both are get benefited. Okay. Now we are coming to autotrophic mode of nutrition. That is photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis, putting together. That is combining together. Thus comes the word photosynthesis. This process takes place in the presence of sunlight. The leaves takes carbon dioxide and water and gives out oxygen and glucose. Glucose are stored in the form of energy in the leaves. Leaves are food factories of the plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach the leaf, that is, the water and the minerals present in the soil should reach the leaves for the process of photosynthesis. And it takes carbon dioxide from the air by the small opening that is called stomata. Now, we are going to see about the structure of leaf. It is a cross section of the leaf. The upper layer is called cuticle and comes the upper epidermis. Okay. Then comes mesophyll cells or parasite cells. In this, the chlorophylls are present. That is, the leaves has a green pigment called chlorophyll. It helps the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight, and the synthesis of photosynthesis takes place with the help of this chlorophyll. Then below the mesophyll cells are the tissues, vascular tissues present in the vein of the leaf. That is xylem and phloem. Then comes again a spongy mesophyll layer and lower epidermis. In the lower epidermis, stomata is present. Stomata is a small opening that present in the leaves. Okay. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Such pores are called stomata. The water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels, which run like pipe through the root and the stem and the branch and the leaves. Okay. This stomata are protected by a guard cell surround them. Okay. The carbon dioxide enters into the stomata through the stomatal opening. When the stomata are expressed in the sunlight, the stomata will open. So it intake carbon dioxide to carry out the process called photosynthesis, and it will liberate carbon or oxygen and water as a result of photosynthesis. The energy is used to synthesis, that is to prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called as photosynthesis. We find the chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells of leaves in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrates. This process can be represented in an equation that is 6CO2, that is carbon dioxide plus water gives, with the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, carbohydrate and oxygen. Okay. During the process, oxygen is released. The presence of starch in the leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. Starch is also a carbohydrate. Okay. Leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. Large amount of red, brown and other pigments mask the green color. So photosynthesis takes place in these leaves also. These leaves also can synthesize their own food by the process called photosynthesis. You often see slimy green patches in the ponds or stagnant water bodies, isn't it? These are generally formed by the growth of an organism that is called alga. That is, this algae also contains chlorophyll, which gives them the green color. Okay. Algae can also prepare their own food by the process called photosynthesis. Next, we are coming to parasitic mode of nutrition. Like human and animals, such plants, that is, there are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize their own food. Then how do they survive and form? Where do they derive nutrients? Like humans and animals, such plants also depends on the food produced by other plants. They use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The yellow wiry branch structure swinging around the stem and branches of the tree. This plant is called Cascata. It does not have chlorophyll. It takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. Okay, the plant on which it climbs is called the host. Since it deprives a host of the valuable nutrients, Cascata is called a parasite. Okay, this picture shows the Cascata plant on the host plant. Okay, it harms the host plant also. Okay, next. Have you seen or heard of plants that can eat animals? There are few plants which can trap insects and digest them. Is it not amazing? Such plants may be green or of some other color. Okay, look at the plant. The pitcher-like or jug-like structure is modified part of the leaf. The apex of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher, there are hairs which are directed downwards. Okay, when an insect lands in the pitcher, the lid closes and trapped. Insects get entangled into the hair. Okay, the lid closes and the insect is trapped. The insect is digested by the digestive juices that is secreted inside the pitcher, and its nutrients are absorbed. Such insect-eating plants are called as insectivorous plants. These are the types of trap leaves. Okay, these are the examples of insectivorous plants. Okay. Then coming to saprophytic nutrition. Okay. These organisms are called fungi. They have different mode of nutrition. Okay. Sapro means rotten. Phytic means nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition is that in which an organism obtains food from decaying organic matter of dead plants, dead animals, and rotten bed. For example, fungi and many bacteria comes under saprophytes. Take a piece of bread and moisten it in water. Leave it for moist warm place for 2 to 3 days or until fluffy patches appears on them. Observe the patches under the microscope or the magnifying glass. Okay, these organisms are called fungi. They have different mode of nutrition. They absorb the nutrition from the bread. This mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprophytic mode of nutrition. And the organisms are called saprophytes. Okay. Fungi also grow in pickles, leather cloths, and other articles that are left in hot and humid weather for a long time. During the rainy season, they spoil many things. Okay, these fungal spores are generally present in the air. When they land on wet or warm things, they germinate and they grow. Next comes to symbiotic mode of nutrition. Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. This relationship is called symbiosis. For example, certain fungi live inside the roots of the plants. The plant provides nutrients to the fungus, and in return, the fungus provides water and certain nutrients. An organism called lichens. A chlorophyll containing partner, which is an alga and a fungus, they both live together. The fungus provides shelter, water, and minerals to the algae. In return, the algae prepares and provides food to the fungus. Since the algae contains chlorophyll, so they can undertake photosynthesis to prepare their food. Okay. Then this is important. That is the farmer spreading. You see the farmer spreading manures or fertilizers in the fields or gardens. This is because the fertilizer and manures contain nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. These nutrients need to be added for time to time to enrich the soil and to develop the plant growth. Usually crop plants absorb a lot of nitrogen and the soil becomes deficient in nitrogen. The need of nitrogen in the soluble form. The plant should need a nitrogen in the soluble form. This was done by the bacterium called rhizobium. They are present in root nodules of some plants, such as mostly legume plants. The plants of gram, peas, mung, beans, and others. These bacteria are formed in the root nodules of the all plants. Its duty is to change the atmospheric nitrogen into a soluble form. Okay. The rhizobium converts atmospheric nitrogen into a usual form. So the plant can utilize the nitrogen that is formed by the bacteria. Okay. The rhizobium, they cannot make its own food. So it often lives on the roots of gram, peas, mung, beans, and other legume plants. It provides nitrogen. In return, the plant provides it food and shelter to the bacteria. This is called a symbiotic relationship. That is, both are beneficial. Okay. In this chapter, we learned about most of the plants are autotrophs. Only a few plants are parasitic and saprophytic. Okay. Thanks for watching.